A secret US watchdog report blows the lid off Washington's double standards. Hundreds of Israeli war crimes in Gaza, and still the weapons flow. Bureaucracy shields the IDF, impunity thrives. All with America's backing? A classified US watchdog report has found that the Israeli military committed many hundreds of potential human rights violations during the Gaza war, cases that could take the State Department years to review. Completed just days before the Gaza ceasefire on October 10th, the report by the State Department's Office of Inspector General examined Washington's compliance with the LEAHY law, which prohibits military aid to foreign units credibly accused of abuses.
What worries me is that accountability will be forgotten now that the noise of the conflict is dying down.
The report marks the first time a US government document has acknowledged the scale of Israeli actions in Gaza that fall under the purview of LEAHY laws. The landmark legislation that bars US security assistance to foreign military units credibly accused of gross human rights abuses. The Post quoted US officials who discussed details of the report, saying that the watchdog findings raised doubts about the prospects for accountability for Israel's actions given the large backlog of incidents and the nature of the review process, which is deferential to the Israel Defense Forces. The report notes many high-profile killings in Gaza, including the killing of 7 World Central Kitchen workers by Israel in April 2024, and the killing of more than 100 Palestinians and wounding of 760 others gathered around aid trucks near Gaza City in February 2024, which shows the impunity with which the IDF operates. The Biden administration flagged both incidents in a report to Congress last year, saying the United States had not yet reached definitive conclusions on whether US weapons were used in the killings. The report was completed just days before Israel and Hamas entered into a ceasefire agreement. Though the ceasefire technically remains in effect, Tuesday marked the deadliest day since the accord was struck, with Israeli airstrikes killing at least 104 Palestinians. Israel's 2-year military campaign in Gaza, which has killed nearly 70,000 Palestinians since Hamas's October 7th attack on southern Israel, has tested the LEAHY law's effectiveness. The US provides at least $3.8 billion in aid to Israel every year, and in recent years tens of billions of dollars more, making the country the largest cumulative recipient of US aid in the world. The classified report explains how a bureaucratic process put in place by successive Republican and Democratic administrations advantages Israel over other countries facing similar allegations of human rights violations. The protocol, known as the Israel-LEAHY Vetting Forum, involves high-level US officials and a lengthier process than reviews for other countries, explained Josh Paul, a former State Department official and critic of US policy in the Middle East.
Under normal vetting, a single objection from an official is sufficient to withhold assistance from a military unit. For Israel, a US working group must come to a consensus on whether a gross violation of human rights has occurred.
Meanwhile, the corresponding watchdog for the now-defunct US Agency for International Development is looking into alleged diversion of humanitarian assistance by Hamas and other Gaza militant groups.